Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to an afternoon edition of the Silver Surge Sports Enthusiasts Pop Culture Channel. I am once again your host, Silver Surge. Today's episode will be focused more on the Phoenix Suns in light of a special occasion. A couple of days ago, for those who don't know, was the NBA Draft Lottery, and as much as the Phoenix Suns have been screwed in the draft lottery for how long they've been a franchise, since I think the 70s actually, they have never ever landed the overall number one pick in the NBA draft. And this year was probably going to be no different. Most had assumed anyway, because the last 2 years we have consecutively finished with the top three worst records. Oh, top two, excuse me, that doesn't make any sense. And we got hosed and finished with the fourth pick. Now, to be fair, last year we wanted the first overall pick, didn't get it. We finished fourth, and we still got the player we wanted. I know some will say that the Suns actually wanted probably Lonzo Ball, but all the drama that surrounds him and his dad, I think he's just a humongous headache. And his dad's a drama queen, and Lonzo's a little bit of a prima donna, if you will. So, I mean, most athletes are coming out of college, but him especially. So, we're fortunate enough to get the player we actually still wanted. I think most of would agree, was Josh Jackson, the guy out of Kansas, and I was super stoked when we ended up landing Josh Jackson last year in the draft, despite finishing in fourth. But this year, we were hoping for a little bit more, and the Phoenix Suns did not disappoint, because when the fourth pick kind of came around, we were all holding our breath, and they announced that the Memphis Grizzlies were given a fourth pick. So everybody was kind of like, wow, there's a relief. We actually didn't get hosed at 4 this time. So everybody was probably thinking after that, we're going to end up probably with the third pick. And then they announced the top 3 teams were going to be Phoenix, Atlanta, and Sacramento. So then they unveiled the third selection, and it went to the Atlanta Hawks. So then I got really freaking excited. I was actually at work listening to my phone for live coverage when they were announcing the draft positions. And when they announced Atlanta at 3, I was like, oh my god, the Suns are going to be first or second. So I was like, wow, might as well go all the way. I hope we do. I hope we do. I hope we do. And then, sure enough, the second pick they announced was to the Sacramento Kings, and I lost my crap. So it was phenomenal. I was super excited. It's the first time in history that the Phoenix Suns have landed the number 1 overall pick, and I fully expect them, even though there's a little bit of debate now because we just hired our brand new head coach, Igor Kokoshkov, I think. And so hold on one second. Sorry, I had a little ad pop up on my laptop. But yeah, Kokoshkov, the new head coach of the Phoenix Suns, he coached one of the players that's going to come out this year, Luka Doncic, and I think he's a shooting guard. He's from Slovenia, and Igor coached the Slovenian national team to a Euro title last year. So everyone's kind of speculating that we're going to take Luka Doncic. But to be completely honest, we landed the number 1 pick, and the number 1 prospect coming out of college is the center, DeAndre Ayton from the University of Arizona. And I think the Suns would be foolish not to get DeAndre Ayton. He's a 260-pound center. He's a freak of an athlete. He's won 2017 American Player of the Year. He's just a natural freak of an athlete, and he's originally from the Bahamas, but DeAndre Ayton is the obvious selection here, and I will be a little salty if they do not select him. I'm pretty confident they will, though. I think Ryan McDonough understands how important this pick is, and we've been lacking a center for the last couple of years. We need one very, very badly. So I 100% expect the Phoenix Suns to select DeAndre Ayton with our first pick. So anyway, that's a little bit of my rambling. I actually have some stuff to share, believe it or not. I've been talking for 4 minutes without talking about an item. So we're going to change that right now. To celebrate, we're going to do a bunch of Phoenix Suns stuff. So without further ado, let me start with, I think, something that'll be a little bit fun. A Phoenix Suns draft ball, or lottery ball, I should say. I got this in a gumball machine several years ago. I actually have tons of them. Not the Phoenix Suns, but NBA draft lottery balls. So that's kind of cool to have that. I have 2 of them, actually. One's on display on that shelf right up there, as you can see where I'm pointing, where the Booker ball and the Steve Nash ball are. But I got one down just to show. So this is a really fun little, memento, not momentum. of the draft. So that was really cool. And I have this now to kind of remember that, the first overall pick. And then I have a Phoenix Suns little cushy basketball. I don't remember where I got this. I think my mom had probably got it at a thrift store once, and she saw it, and it was only $1. So I probably just had her pick it up. But it's really cool. It's got, the old colors on it, the purple gold, or purple orange, excuse me, and gray, and it's got the Phoenix Suns gorilla on it, and it says the gorilla on the back. So that's pretty cool. It still has the tag on it, and just a nice little ball. Collectible ball for the Phoenix Suns. So I really like that. I keep that in the back over there with all my stuff. And then I actually completed this. The next item I'm really excited to share, the trifecta. I got the Devin Booker bobblehead. I got the Steve Nash bobblehead. But the one of all the Decades Night bobbleheads that I really wanted, aside from those two, I think there was like 5, but I only wanted 3 specifically, was the Charles Barkley bobblehead. I couldn't get to that game because I ended up having tickets to the Coyotes game that same night to get an Oliver Ekman-Larsson bobblehead, which I'll share that in another video. But I ended up finding it at Free Agent Sports, the shop that I keep mentioning at like every other video that my buddy Aaron runs, and I got a hold of a Charles Barkley bobblehead. So now my collection for Decades Night bobbleheads, at least my collection, not the entire collection, is complete. I have every single one that I wanted, and I have them all displayed proudly over on that back shelf. And you can see it's got the 50-year anniversary logo on the court, as the other 2 bobbles do. Charles is holding his award, and he's wearing the retro black Suns uniforms back in the day, and it's sponsored by Ticketmaster. So this is a really nice little bobble. This one bobbles really well, very with ease. You can see Charles, and he's got this nice little stash. So yeah, really happy to have the Charles Barkley bobblehead. Although I didn't get it at the game, I had to pay for it. But who's keeping track? So that's really cool. And then I just have a couple more things that I'll get through really quick, and then we'll wrap this up. But the next one, kind of like the very first item I think I shared, which was that Arizona Cardinals wooden cutout that I hand painted and everything. If you remember further back in the first video, this is a Phoenix Suns hand cutout and hand painted. I made this one several years ago around the same time. I cut out this piece of wood, ended up painting it by hand silver, and I got little stickers that I cut out to make Phoenix Suns, and then I hand painted the Phoenix Suns emblem, and then I had the purple background. So I worked really hard on this. Obviously, the Suns, their logo is a little bit different now. Now this is all black, but this was the classic Phoenix Suns logo, and I really like it. It's just kind of a cool little piece that stands out. So it's really neat. Yeah, so I have a little wooden cutout of the Cardinals, and then I have a wooden cutout of the Suns, and I need to make a small little one for like the Coyotes and the D-backs, but I don't. I need to do that. And then yeah, so that's that. And then the piece de resistance. I mentioned it in the last video with Devin Booker pertaining to Suns stuff. I was so jacked to have all that good fortune in that game, except getting his autograph. This is the 11/17 autograph I was mentioning at the end of the video. I got, again, from Aaron. It is a humongous photo. It's great picture of D-Book when in the alternate Suns orange jersey from last year before they switched their jerseys. And you can see in the light blue tealish ink is his signature in all of its beauty. And it even comes with the certificate of authenticity in the back, as you can see. So this is a legit Devin Booker autograph. I'm not proud to say that I spent over $100 on it, but I don't care. It's a great piece of my collection, and I love it. Devin Booker is my favorite current Suns player, as he is with most fans, and for good reason. He's the star of our team right now. So yeah, so that's all my Phoenix Suns stuff to celebrate the Suns getting the first overall pick in the NBA draft for this year. And I can't wait till they select DeAndre Ayton in 5 weeks, and then he gets to put on that Suns uniform. And then we're going to have a backcourt of Josh Jackson, DeAndre Ayton, and Devin Booker. That is going to be insane. And I really do believe that this is going to be the key that's going to reignite the Suns into a good team that they used to be when Nash was playing back in the day. So I think this streak of losing and finishing with a top 5 pick every year is finally going to be on the downward, it's going away. We're gonna be on the up and up as far as our record. We're gonna start winning some games. So I'm super stoked. I know we're gonna add some veteran talent this offseason, and we'll see how it goes. That's my dog barking in the background. Sorry about that. And I'm gonna wrap it up now. So I will see you guys later. Have a wonderful rest of your day. God bless, and I will see you next time.